What are you seeing in the student community, as the themes or the emergent challenges that, maybe we can all identify with and say, yes, I experienced that as well. And then what would be some of your responses to those and ways in which we can cope with them in our own lives as students?
I think the trend is much higher anxiety levels around assessments. When we have access to each other, even if it's a 5-minute check-in with someone to say, hey, how did you experience that question? Or, hey, are you also struggling? Or, hey, can I share my references with you? Back in the day, we had a study group. We prepped assessments, and for exams, we prepped together. And there was a comfort in knowing that I'm not the only one struggling. And there was also, I can bank on my friend knowing exactly what to say in that one. So it was really collaborative learning. Now there's a sense of isolation. Also, we are working at different times. Some people are incredibly productive at 3 in the morning, and then there's no one to talk to. So there's anxiety and isolation. And when we're anxious, the sympathetic nervous system just goes nuts, and you've got cortisol spiking through your system, which means you lose a little bit of executive function because you're all limbic system all the time. So you don't think critically as clearly. You suddenly lose focus. Concentration isn't so fantastic, and you've got sleep issues, compounding potentially feeling lonely, compounding confusion, compounding a lack of access to people and resources. So we notice increased anxiety, potentially increased depression, and potentially increased maladaptive behaviors around managing. So instead of just going to bed, you'll drink 15 energy drinks to stay up to push through, but you can't push through because your brain is in fight, flight, freeze, and fall. There we go. The tongue twister. So your brain is like panic mode, and now you're feeding it caffeine to get through, but you're not getting through. Or you procrastinate so hard that you go to bed for 15 hours and avoid the problem completely. So we're maladaptively dealing with things where if I know I have to get up today, I have to leave half an hour before class to make sure I get parking. There's structure to my academic endeavors. And I know when I get there, I'm going to see this person, that person, I'm going to have my check-in. I've got my rituals that keep me safe in academia. And those rituals kind of just, they give us some stability and structure. And when we've got that, we're at ease. But right now, we're not.